Hello and welcome back to another day on the island hidden in the fog. I think for today we're going to do a bit more planning and probably a whole lot of terraforming. So let's jump in. The first thing we're going to do is outside the museum. I finally made some iron garden tables and customized them to match the chairs, so we're going to go ahead and put those out where the little cafe is going to go. We don't have that many items yet as this is still a relatively new island, so this is not going to be completed today, but we'll have a general idea of what we want. I should also probably stop referring to this as a cafe so we don't upset Brewster. I think this will actually end up more like a bakery, so we can start coming up with some fun names for it. Well, this is the current layout that I have for the bakery. I'm not in love with it, so I'll probably mess with it a little bit more, and I'm gonna try not to spend too much time on it. You know, since we don't have that many items and it's probably gonna get fully redone at some point anyway, so probably shouldn't waste time on it now, but just a little bit. All I'm trying to do is just give this a cute layout where there's enough room for us and the villagers to walk around, because until we can actually make this what we want it to be, I still want to find villagers sitting here and I want it to look cute. I could rearrange the tables and chairs all day long, so I need to make myself move on to something else. So we are over here on the very far right side of the island and traveling to the very back of the island as well. Let me stop moving so you can actually see where we are on the map. So my idea for this area is, hold on, there's still some stuff in the way, so I'm gonna dig up some flowers real fast and maybe demolish this lake. Anyways, with this section, I want to build a giant canyon that goes all the way through to the back where these rocks are, because I want to be able to access these rocks without having to take a ladder every single time. The first thing I'm going to do is remove the very last row of cliff from probably most of the back half of the island. This way we'll be able to walk from rock to rock and secret beach without having to use a ladder, and it'll just be so much easier than like swimming or putting in an incline. I feel like my personal playstyle for this game is a bit on the lazy side, so if I have to take my ladder out a bunch to get places, I'm just not going to be going there, so that's why I'm doing this. This is probably a bit boring, so I'll check back in once we can reach the secret beach. Here's what it's looking like. We can currently walk to the secret beach and all the other rocks on this section. I didn't go any farther to the left though, and I probably won't because I don't really care for those rocks. Now I'm going to focus on opening up this area so that way we can also have some room to move around in front of this rock before I start going all the way south and making our path through the canyon. I'm going to need to remove this tree. I'll be back in a second when it's gone. The tree is now gone, so we can go ahead and finish this little section of the cliff. I think this is as wide as I'm gonna make it, and then the path itself is gonna be quite narrow. I think I'll only need to carve out like 2 to 3 tiles wide for this canyon, so it realistically shouldn't take me too long to do. However, figuring out how wide to make the canyon mouth, that might take me some time. I think after I destroy these last couple of blocks, I'll probably leave the mouth as is and I'll work on the canyon, and if I feel like I need to fix the mouth once I'm done with that, I'll do it then. But again, I don't want to spend too much time worrying about that when it might not even be an issue. And in case you're wondering why I keep pausing, it's so that way the map will flash up in the bottom right corner, so that way I can tell if I'm online with where I want the canyon or not. While most of this is just going to be a straight path, I will every once in a while on the right side add these little indents so that way we can get some water flowing. I haven't decided though if the water's going to be something that breaks the path apart and you're going to have to jump over it, or if it's just going to be on the side. Here's how the current path is looking. I haven't broken all the way through, but I'm not super far off. I'm going to make this section at least one more tile wider so that way I can add some water, and I will check in with you once I've done that. And here it is 1 tile wider. Now I think I just need to break through the other end. I think I'll actually be able to get most of the way through without having to go up top to move trees, though I know there is at least 1 tree I will have to move. And I do have to go move a tree. But before I do that, here's what our path is currently looking like, and I think I want to go ahead and add some waterfalls. I'm a very visual person, so it helps to actually see it versus thinking of the plan, so that's kind of why my build style is a little chaotic, because I like to do all of it at the same time so that way I can see the vision. We're also going to be adding water to the left side of the path, so that way you've got a little river that you'll be walking alongside. And here's the river update. I've got almost all of it done, I'd say, or at least a good portion. We'll definitely be adding some waterfalls that go into them as well. And here's a possible location for a little hopover that I was talking about earlier, though I don't think I actually love it. Let me know what you think in the comments. I did a little bit more of cleanup and we are almost all the way through the canyon. And we've done it. We have finally made it completely through this section of the mountains. We can also go ahead and do a little map update as well. Here is how our map is currently looking. I do plan on adding another level of cliffs on the left side of the canyon and maybe even putting my house up there once it's built. We have almost connected this little canyon river to the big river at the bottom end of the canyon. For the most part, the river is going to look how it currently looks, though I will do a little bit of tweaking since I don't like the harsh angles around the cliffs, but I don't think I can do much about that. And we have finally connected both rivers. Let's do a little canyon run through. I think it's already looking so good and I can't wait to see it finished. Let's go work on the upper level of cliffs. I'll be honest, I don't really have a plan for this level of cliffs, though I think they'll probably just closely follow the ones below them, just shifted a tile over so you can still walk through, and because the game doesn't let you build tall walls. The left side cliff face is practically done. Now we gotta go in and add all the waterfalls. And since I don't fully have a plan for how this is going to look, we're just going to go based off of feel, and wherever feels like there should be a waterfall, we will put a waterfall. I'm now kind of curious on finding out if this is the typical build style or if people usually plan a bit more. How do you build? Do you have to fully plan it out, or can you just kind of get an idea and wing the rest of it? I think I've got almost all of the waterfalls placed, though this section is a little bit too thin for me to put waterfalls, so I have to make this cliff a little bit wider in order to do that. I also want to be able to see the secret beach from this level, so I don't think I'll be bringing this cliff line out any farther. I am so excited that we're almost done with this canyon. I just can't wait to see it when it's fully done, though I do still need to go find some flowers and some bushes and some insect models to decorate this with, which I don't think we're gonna get to today. But we only have a few more waterfalls to put in, and even without any of the decorations, it's still gonna be so pretty to look at. I hope you're ready for another canyon progress walkthrough because we're doing one. I think I might want to add another one here. And probably also one in this little inlet to the right. I'm actually really happy with how this is turning out. Sometimes I get ideas and I try them out in Animal Crossing and they do not turn out anything like how I imagined them. Now this little back rock section on the other hand, I have no plans for at all, so this is probably going to be one of the last things that we do on this island. Let's add the last few waterfalls. I think we might actually be good on waterfalls. Let's also build out the secret beach so that way we remember to decorate this at a later day. Well, some of these third level cliffs are in the way, so I'm going to cut these back a little bit before jumping back down to the secret beach area. These ones don't need to be perfect since they'll be in a later build. Now we can finally finish terraforming the secret beach area. I'm not sure if I want this to just be accessible by walking through the canyon, or if I want to put an incline, or if I want to make maybe a second canyon. We can try a couple of those out and decide later. I went ahead and made a fake little canyon here so that way we can see what it looks like, and I don't think I like this idea. I'm going to worry about closing that up later, but right now I want to go and add some trees to the top level of the waterfall because I don't think any of the trees will fit on any of the lower levels. I'm probably going to end up moving these trees around later, but I just want to see what it looks like right now. Let's do our final canyon run of this episode. I think it's looking so good and I can't wait to get all of those decoration bits and start putting them on the cliff. I also extended the pathway at the very far end of the island past the secret beach to this other giant rock that we have on the left. I don't know what we'll do with it, but we'll figure it out. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'd really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed, and I will see you next time. Bye!